All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We're going to give other people a few minutes to join us, and we'll get started here momentarily. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get started here momentarily. Just going to giving people enough time to log into this session. Today's session, as you see on the screen, is about the importance of business marketing. And we have one of our subject matter experts, Ms. Christian Taylor. She's going to be here to discuss marketing today. Let me make sure that she can share her screen. Yep, she can. All right. Let's see how many people we got in here. We got enough now, I think, to get started. And we'll just watch the room. We'll be paying attention to the chat, but you can also raise your hands and ask a question, but you all have been unmuted as we normally do every week. So, Ma Monet, you raised your hand already. What kind of question do you have? You can unmute.
The chat is disabled.
Oh, it is. Okay, let me make sure we get that going first. And I will make sure. Okay. All right. The
I
chat is
fixed it.
enabled now. You fixed it? Okay. Good deal. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. We have enough people here. Good morning. My name is Mark Parham. I'm the director of the Entrepreneurship Center. And we have John Pascal. He's dark right now, but he's one of our business coaches. He's here with us. And today we're going to be talking about the importance of small business marketing. We have Christian Taylor, one of our subject matter experts. He's here to discuss the importance of marketing and how to market your business. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to go through today, but it will be good. So I'm going to turn it over to her so we don't lose any time. And Christian, it's all yours. I'll stop sharing.
Perfect. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Let me get into here and I'm going to present. I'm going to make this quick because it is a morning hour and we have work to do. So don't worry. Don't worry about me. I'll make sure to uh,
Hey, and I
get
just
us.
want to let you know, just in case you don't get the interaction that we normally get, some of these people are driving into work, so they're just listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's fine. That's fine.
All right.
This is being recorded. So,
Yes, it
you
is. It
know,
is being recorded. And I have posted the past recordings to our YouTube page. So if you go to the Urban League YouTube page, you'll see the past recording for all the ones we've had this month. So I will be downloading this and uploading it if you can't really pay attention during your drive in. You can go back later and actually watch it. All right,
I'm sorry.
Christian, so I'm on you.
No worries. Thank you. All right. So this is marketing for small businesses, turning attention into revenue. I'm Christian Taylor. I'm the chief marketing officer, marketing. Well, I'm a chief marketing officer and marketing strategist. I have a company, two companies, Christian Taylor Marketing, which is a digital marketing agency, where I support clients through fractional CMO work, website design, and automation. And then I also have a automation CRM that I sell, which is called Autopilot CRM. So it's a full service tool for businesses to use to not only automate their businesses, but for strategy and just a more simple design for everything. So I won't talk too much about that. I do give some more feedback to clients when you book a one-on-one with me regarding that. But I want to make sure that I capture you today. If you would like to have a digital growth checklist on how you need to be growing your business, you can scan this QR code and it'll email you a checklist that you can use. But so most businesses don't have a marketing problem. They have a marketing structure problem. That's because you're doing too many things at once. You're not really focusing on the most important aspects of marketing. and you're trying to follow too many trends, right? Um, we're not here to follow the trends. We're here to make sure that our business grows and gets leads. And so the best way to do that is to make it a little bit more structured. And we'll talk about that. If you have unmuted yourself today, if you can just put yourself back on mute. So until you have a question. Thank you guys. All right. So the biggest marketing mistake small businesses make is marketing without a system, like I said before. So most of you probably rely on making just some random social media posts. You might have a business from word of mouth. You might run the occasional ad. Maybe you might boost a post or two. You don't really have a lot of a follow up process. You just wait till the sale gets made. You do the work, and that's about it. And that's not enough, right? So attention happens, but sales don't follow consistently. Um, we're not getting retention, right? We're not getting the same customers to come back multiple times, or not enough of the same customers to come back multiple times, right? Um, so you know, without having something a little bit more structured, we're not staying top of mind. I think that's the most important thing, is to make sure that we're staying top of mind. When someone thinks of a business or a product that we sell, I want them to think of us first. And how do we get them to think of us first if we're not being consistent and staying top of mind? You got to think about companies like Fashion Nova that they give you, it's so annoying how many text messages and emails they send you. But when I think about, hey, I need to go out and want an outfit, I'm gonna go to fashion because that's the last email that I received. It was like, oh, they're doing this sale, or um, you know, other kind of places like Amazon do the same thing. They do all these sales and all this marketing. No, those are very large companies, right? I'm not telling you that you have to have the level of marketing as them, but I'm saying that that's something to look forward to, right? It's what we need to strive for, is just being as consistent as possible, so that we can be in front of people that we need to be in front of. So there are four stages of small business marketing. The first would be visibility. So this is how people discover your business. Um, Customers typically find businesses through Google search. If you don't have a Google My Business page, I implore you to get one. It's free. We don't have to pay for it. I love free stuff, so I'm always going to suggest things that are free. Um, Even if you don't have a brick and mortar, a Google My Business page is super important to have, again, for visibility, and for SEO purposes, which is search engine optimization. So make sure you get that. But normally it's through Google search, through social media, through referrals, through partnerships. Partnerships are a really great way of getting new clients, or local events when you're doing vending opportunities, just like what the Urban League just did a couple of weeks ago at the Atlanta Black Expo. Doing events like that can have great visibility for your business. Now, we know that businesses don't thrive on visibility, so we want to make sure we turn our attention to lead capture, right? Turning attention into contacts. Now, if you go out and you're having all of this visibility, but you're not capturing any leads, you only capture a lead when the sale is made, you're missing out on a lot. So we have to have ways of capturing leads without the promise of a sale or a product, right? So um, you want to make sure that you have a way for them, like maybe there's a newsletter, maybe there's a freebie offer. I just captured some of y'all's leads just now with the QR code, the checklist, or whatever like that. Like those are things that are very simple. It's not salesy, it's just a simple way for us to stay in contact with each other that doesn't feel like I'm trying to sell you my product, but I'm just trying to give you educational information regarding the business that I have. Um, the third thing is for follow up, building trust and nurturing. Again, we're not trying to beat down the wall. I, I was about to make a bad reference of Jehovah Witnesses walking up, because it does seem a little bit like, okay, I heard you. You ain't got to keep coming to my door. But it makes sense. That's the reason why they do that. Again, staying top of mind, making sure that we're being visible. We're not just being visible in the beginning, but we continue to be visible after we nurture the relationship. right? So that's newsletters, weekly newsletters. It might be SMS. Um, are there messages in the chat? Yes, you have a question, Mary?
I have a question. What do you
Yeah,
mean when you say so I have leads, and one of my
yeah.
leads that I have is Sam Mitchell, which is a former NBA player. I would like
Mm-hmm.
to bring him in for the community. So I've reached out to him a couple of times, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to lose him because he's famous, and I don't want him just have him sitting in there. I have a media publishing company where we interview people, but I just
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do your interview. I want to involve him in the community, give him to the community. How do I capture that lead in order to give him
Yeah.
to other business owners and we all join in and make a community difference?
So, with people like that, a little bit more high profile, right? When we're not trying to, it's different services and sales. I think, again, the relationship has to be there as much as possible. If you're acting as a liaison for him to, for other businesses to be able to use him in the community for events and things of that nature, you have to keep the relationship between you and him, right? What you're building is that relationship. As far as um, doing the work for you, you having publishing, I'm not sure if he has a publisher, if he has someone that is working with him, or if you're talking to him directly. If he
I'm
has a,
doing them both because sometimes when I do call him,
Mhm.
and I'm very cautious in calling him, he's sometimes on a TV, like on air, on
Yeah,
CNN or something like that. So I've learned to call his business partner. And I reached out to them last month and said that I don't want to lose them. I want to build a relationship. And I'm just getting
right.
to know them. So I'll send a text this week and maybe follow up next week with a phone call and, say, I, I have a mentor.
Uh-oh, I just lost you, Mary. And matter of fact, what I'm gonna do
I
is,
need help with it.
okay, let's have a private one-on-one, so that we
Okay.
can. I just put my website inside, my link inside of the
Okay.
chat, so that people can book one-on-one sessions with me.
Okay. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, following up, building trust is really important. Like I was just telling Mary, that's the most important thing, and keeping them aligned. But it's also about the newsletters, the what's happening in your community, keeping them abreast on that information. We're not sending newsletters out to just have fluff, right? We're being very strategic about what's happening in there, right? And then conversion, so turning leads into paying customers. So those are the 4 stages of small business marketing. I'll make sure to check the chat again because I didn't see messages in the chat. So I'm so sorry, guys. Um, All right. So, where should small business focus on? Now, I do have a, a thing that I tell a lot of my coaching clients. Google search is important. The only reason I'm saying Google search is because I need you to have a Google My Business page, and I'm gonna keep harping on the Google My Business page. It makes you look very legit. Makes you look like a serious business when you have a Google My Business page. And on that Google My Business page, make sure you have a website. If you do not have a website, you should have a landing page at least. Um, and you should have a business email address that makes you look professional. So it should be info at hello at your name at yourbusiness.com. We should kind of need to get away from just having just regular Gmail addresses. Again, that makes us look a little bit unprofessional, and we should have a professional inbox. Okay. So Google search should definitely be something on the top of your list. Um, Social media, I say the focus on too. Meaning like if you're a small business owner, you don't have anybody assisting you, you don't have like a company like mine running your social media account, you should focus on two. And the two should be where your primary audience lives, right? So if we're looking at millennials, then we're looking at places like Instagram and Threads, right? If we're looking at Gen Z, we're looking at TikTok and YouTube, right? So it just depends. Older generations are on Facebook. They use Instagram as well, but if they're more engaging on Facebook than any other platform, right? You might have Pinterest, right? People that are interested. If you have an e-commerce brand or you're selling products, Pinterest is also a really good place to be, right? But it needs to be where they're most engaged, and that information is on Google. Because it says, hey, this is my target market, the age group that I serve. What social media platforms are they on? And that's where you should be focused on. Okay. Of course, making sure that you have proper referrals. Referrals and affiliate programs are amazing. Y'all should be communicating with each other. You see all these people on this call, these can be your partners as well. Everyone does not do the same thing, but you know somebody that needs a service or needs a product like mine or needs something like someone on this call, right? I know somebody that might need Mary service. She just came up and say what she does, right? So having referrals and an affiliate program can bring a lot of business there. And it's more trustworthy. When I refer to a company, the client that I've referred feels more confident in making a purchase with that person, right? Because they trust me. And because they trust me, they know that I'm not going to send them to someone that has low quality or poor work or anything of that nature. So referrals are really great to have. So building that relationship will be good. Local partnerships, right? Just like the partnership we I seemingly have with the Urban League. Those are good. You can have local partnerships with churches. You can have them with community centers, government facilities, schools. If you offer after school programming or something for school age kids, local partnerships are really important too. It's a great way to promote your business without that hassle. They have a need, you're filling the need, right? So that's really important. Is there a question or something that was about to come off mute? I thought I saw
I don't
somebody
see
coming
any
up.
questions out there.
Oh, okay, good. All right. And then events and community involvement. I will harp on this, but events and community involvement are really important. But also, you got to have the proper material to have an event. Or to be at an event, right? So you can show up to the festivals, you can show up to city hall meetings and all this stuff. Just make sure you have a proper set of business cards out there and a QR code to scan so that people can buy more information about your business. That's probably going to be the best bet for you, unless you're actually vending and having a vending opportunity. Then we can talk about what you need to thrive as a vendor. But this is where you should be focused on. Do we have any questions about this before I move forward?
Good morning. I have a question. Can I be heard?
Yes, ma'am, Barry. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, with regard to the local partnerships, I was just
Mm-hmm.
wondering what kind of language does that look like? So I'm a certified leadership and development coach. So
Mm-hmm.
I could either approach a sorority and say, hey, Deltas, hey, AKAs, I'd like to come
Mm-hmm.
speak at your regional XYZ. I can approach a church and say, hey, your women's fellowship. So if I am doing that as a way to get in, how would
Mm-hmm.
I package or use or include partnership language?
Yeah, so partnership language is more so on how can we serve each other together, right?
Mm.
What are the needs that you have that are desired on your end? It's not like I love to come speak with you. It's what can we promote as a team together, right? It has to be a win-win situation for everybody, right? So they might already have events that are coming up. I won't say a regional because a regional might be a little hard, right? But a
Mhm.
smaller event for local chapters, absolutely, right?
Okay.
I would look to see what their upcoming events are, and say, these are the things that you can offer, and you would love to support and help that event through, you know, doing a a workshop.
Mm.
That is more like something I would say, right? Or
Okay.
if you can see what their initiatives are, to see what you can ask them about how a partnership looks. Of saying like, because I did this a long time ago when I was a the director of marketing, media, and design for a production company, and I worked with Adidas and Red Bull. And when they talked about partnerships, it was more of like Red Bull. We can't say sponsor; that wasn't the word, right? So we're not
Mhm.
sponsoring things, but we were partners. We were friends, right? So
Mhm.
it would say like Red Bulls and friends, or Red Bull is happy to support, right?
Mhm.
And you kind of do it in that language. But if you're
Okay.
looking at small time things, like if you're investing, right? Investments are also local partnerships. Like you want to invest in a school, say for instance, you want to give out notebooks for a school,
Mhm.
but in exchange for giving out notebooks for the school, you want to do a 30-minute session at the parents meeting of the PTO
Meeting.
meeting. Do you see
Got
what
you.
that's a partnership,
Mhm.
right? They get
Okay.
something, you get something.
So if I am doing this workshop on leadership and I contact T-Mobile and T-Mobile comes and gives 5 phones for women to be leaders to use their phones to promote and post, I'm
Yeah,
making this up. That would be the partnership language.
that would be a partnership language.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. That should definitely help somebody else. There are questions in here. Okay, that's not for me. Okay, great. Any other questions regarding this slide?
You can all unmute. You have the ability to unmute and ask or raise your hand. I'm watching the chat, so I don't see anything right now.
All good. We'll move on. I want to make sure I get to some questions. Okay. All right. So attention is not ownership, y'all. So you gotta stop letting opportunities walk away. I'm sure there was a lot of people have done this where you just feel like if someone visits your website, they attend your event, they follow you on social media, you don't own that relationship yet at all, because you can't just call them back after they visit your website. You can't just, reach out and touch them, send them an email if they just attend an event. You're not focusing on the lead capture portion of this. And so you only own the relationship when the capture, you have their contact information. So you have to find a way to get contact information every single time you're doing something. Same with social media. That might be an engagement, right? It's not necessarily when someone comments on your post, you have to not stop saying thank you, right? We need to say, "Oh, I'm glad you found that, provoking. Would you like more information?" Or when in your caption or in your what you're saying on the video, it says, uh, comment, XYZ below and I'll send you a link, right? You have to make them engage with you so that you can get them on your list. The whole point is to get them in your contact list, to put them inside of your system so that you can continue to promote to them. So most customers need multiple touch points. 9 times out of 10, they need 7 touch points. Seven is a lot, but seven is what you need. If you're not already convinced this is something that you want, 7 times is how many times you need to touch them before they make a sale. So research shows that 80% of sales requires 5 to 12 interactions. I'm gonna say 7. And most businesses only follow it once or twice. You be like, "That's dead. I'm done. They don't want it. Oh, right. Oh well." And you lose out on sales that way, right? Again, I'm gonna take it back to Fashion Nova, because like you could be looking at their website and they will come back and say, "Hey, you left something in that cart." And I'm like, "I know I left it in the cart because I wasn't ready." But then they send me a few more emails and they're like, "All right, I might be ready now," right? I remember that I looked at something, I put it in my cart, and I wasn't ready to purchase. But by the time I'm ready to purchase, they had already sent me 5 emails, and I'm like, "Okay, all right, I might as well go ahead and purchase it," right? That's the kind of level of touch point some people need. It might not be email, it might be SMS, it might need to be a phone call, depending on how special the relationship is, because some people, they don't check their emails or their text messages, and we got to go back to the old school ways of calling people. That's how we got to, sometimes we got to call, maybe sometimes we got to show up to the to the business, to where they are, right? That's why you need to continue to be going to events and going to all these places so you can be seen as well, right? We can't always sit back in the shadows, or have a team member do that. So the gap between these numbers are where revenue is lost. So we want to make sure that we're not losing any type of revenue, right? So turning leads into customers. Make it easy to buy from you as much as possible. Have a very clear offer. Customers should instantly know what you do and who you help. 9 times out of 10, you're sending people to your website and they don't know where to go. You got a bunch of stuff on that website, and that website is really a storyboard for you, right? It's more so an informational place so that people know everything that you do. But if I'm looking to make a sale, I'm sending them to a direct landing page, right? Direct sales landing page that is for the offer that they want. I don't want them to have to search for it. I want them to go directly to the place that they need to buy. So having more like a funnel put in place, then a website could be really important, right? Number two, simple booking or buying. Again, the landing page. Okay, this is what you want. Here's how to buy it. One click purchase. Remove the friction. Make it easy to say yes. Now, if you're a service-based business and you have to do proposals, having a easy proposal method workflow could be very easy. Automation easy, right? So if someone views your proposal and they really like what's going on, they're like, okay, I want to buy right now. They shouldn't have to call you back to get an invoice to make a purchase, right? You should have easy access where they can go to a page to secure that invoice, pay it, sign up, do all their onboarding forms. All that stuff should be automated so that it's very easy and simple. And have a fast response time. Now, I'm not telling you that you got to be available 24/7, but we live in the age of what 2026, y'all. AI tools are meant to respond for us. We should have automated responses when we're not available, and we should have access to FAQs where people can get access to us, or just the AI bots that will respond for us. So some of those are very simple. Some of them are free, right? Some of them come with the services that we already have. If you have a CRM tool, you might have a chat box that you can use on your website, so they're not missing out on any leads.
Christian, I just wanted to ask a quick question.
Yeah, let's go,
You
Barry.
you mentioned the funnel.
Yeah.
Are there packages or softwares that you could suggest that, not endorsing per se, but just, maybe
Yeah.
offer a few?
Sure. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. There's a lot of funnel systems out there. Your email marketing tool might have one, right? So I know a lot of people use MailChimp. I'm not sure how many people are in Intuit on here. MailChimp has some. It's not my favorite, but they do have it. MailerLite has some funnel systems. MailerLite is fairly cheap. They have a free version, but they also have, I think it's $29 a month. If you're just looking to get started and you don't have a lot of contacts, it depends on how many contacts you have, right? Because that's when the price goes up a little bit more for certain services. I also offer a CRM tool. I'll give you access to that as well at the end of this session if you guys want to do a walkthrough for that. Um, Active Campaign and ConvertKit. Those are the ones that I would suggest. I really love those elements. They all have something that they're kind of missing, I would say, but it depends on your business and what the services and products that you serve. Yeah, that was a great question. Thank you for asking. All right, so marketing is not content, it's an infrastructure. Successful businesses build systems, right? So the goal is not to post more. The goal is to build a lead capture system, follow-up system, a customer pipeline, right? The pipeline is based on the funnels that you have, and that's just a customer journey, right? Let me be clear on the language, right? Because I know I'm throwing out a lot of terminology here, but the customer journey is when a client comes to you and they say, "Hey, I want this product." What happens? Where do you want to take them from there? Is it okay? I'm going to show you the product. They go to your website, they make a purchase, and then what happens after they make the purchase? Do you add them to your weekly newsletters? Do you send them a link for reviews? Do you send them an upsell product? The customer journey. How do we want to keep people in the pipeline for longer terms? That's the pipeline that we're looking at, right? And then automated communication. So again, emails, SMS, follow-up phone calls, all that stuff can be automated. And three marketing actions that you can take this week. This is important, guys, so listen up. Optimize your Google My Business profile, y'all. I'm gonna keep saying this. Now, if you haven't seen a Google My Business profile, let me give you a little bit of that. We'll search here. All right. So if you're signed into your Google My Business profile, and let me get all my AI tools away, right? Right here on the left-hand side, you'll see like this is your business on Google. It'll show you what your profile strength is. There should be a full green bubble. I'm probably missing something myself. So um, I update this pretty regularly. But right here on the side is what people see. They should have access to your phone number. They should have access to your hours that you're open for communication, right? You can have products under here. Your customer reviews should be active, right? You can make posts on Google. So it's almost like a social media profile, right? There are other things that you can add. You can have more photos, which populate up here. You can edit your services, but what I'm talking about specifically, you can go to your business profile settings. Yes, Mark, what you got to say?
Big question. I see so many people now, and they send their emails and things like that. They don't put phone numbers on their replies and things like that, and I don't
Yeah,
understand why. And I wish, can you address that? There's ways to get 800 numbers and things like that online, but I know it's a lot of people are not putting their phone numbers on. And I
they
just
don't
wanted to
want to
bring that
talk.
up. Huh?
They don't want to talk. People don't want to have sales calls anymore. That's what it is. And it's
Okay.
unfortunate, but the human interaction is being missed, right? We think
Hmm.
we can do everything through email and just like, oh, here, just go to my link or, talk to me through social media, but we still need human interaction. You have to think about the ways that you make purchases or how you feel when you're not able to reach a business, right? And you've been frustrated with a product or a service and you try to find their customer service number and you can't find it anywhere. That is so annoying. And we can't be like that as business owners. We want to project the way we want our customers to feel, how comforting that can be. And as a small business, that one on one interaction is really important. So, yeah, having a phone number on there is important. Now, as a small baby business owner, when I first started my business, I had my personal number on there. Quickly reminded myself that ain't it, right? I don't want to do that. In today's time, we can get phone numbers. My CRM tool, you can have a phone number for $1.99 a month. Most other places they will give you a text message number, like if you sign up for mini chat or sign up for what is the other SendBlue, they'll give you a phone number. You just have to pay for the phone number plus like the rates of the text messages out there. But I think it's a part of the business expense. I got a second line for mine, and it's a write off, y'all. So I don't know why you don't want to get a phone number. Definitely make sure you have a phone number to access. But yeah, that was a good question, Mark. Um, but just to harp on this, you go to edit profile, and all of these things are available to you to update on your profile. So your business name, your category, the category is really important. So it needs to be as close as possible to the services that you provide. Your business description, keep it short and cute. Opening date, of course, phone number, right? I have two separate phone numbers on here. But you also can have all of your social media profiles, the short name for people to type in. Again, that's just kind of like your social media handle. So they have a social media handle for Google My Business now as well. If you what areas you service, you don't have to put a specific area. You could just put United States if you want to, or if you're worldwide, you could put worldwide. And you don't have to have a physical location as well. I will also implore you, if you do have a physical location, please update your open your closed days, because this is also annoying when I go to a business and it says they open and they're not open, right? Again, make sure that you follow the best practices of how you want a business to do when you go, right? I would be annoyed if I went and y'all are closed and I see a little letter on the door. So you can use Google My Business to keep that updated, right? All the rest of the stuff is really important. Now, these things at the bottom are, I think they're slightly important. They used to be more important when Google was investing in us, but they're not necessarily doing that again because of all of the DEI stuff. So if you're not comfortable with saying that you identify as Black owned or women owned, that is fine. But if you are, this could be very helpful for people who are searching for women owned businesses or Black owned businesses. So you can add that. The other options are Asian, disabled, indigenous, Latino, LGBTQ plus and veteran. And those are also important if you're looking to serve those communities. Okay. So yeah, I just would implore you to go back in and update your business, Google My Business profile. The second thing is you want to add a lead capture form to your website. So we call something on websites, it's called above the fold. So before you scroll, there should be an action button on your website or a form that people can fill out. This is an immediate lead capture. So it takes them to a place where you want them to take action, right? So it should be in that hero section, which is again, before you scroll, before you look down, as soon as you open up the website on your device, it should be right there, right? So add a lead capture form and it should be very simple, name and email. We're not asking for, well, name, email, and phone number nowadays, right? First name, email, phone number, get them in the door so that you can continue to communicate with them later. And then you want to create a simple follow-up email sequence. So this is like a drip campaign, if anybody ever has heard of that. So having maybe a 3-message sequence that talks about who you are, what you do, and who you serve as soon as somebody signs up for your list is really important. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay, question.
Go for
For
it.
your lead capture form on your website, what do you suggest that we use to do that?
Again, so it's going to be whatever email marketing tool you have or CRM tool that you're using. So they should have a form, a way for you to embed forms onto your website.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else in the chat? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right. It's 9:38, so I'll make sure to move on and so we can have some Q&A. Marketing is relationship building. So again, I'm just gonna I keep repeating these things because I want y'all to hear it. It's really important that we're looking to stay visible, nurture relationships, and follow up consistently. And that's all about creating a system that brings that to you. So just making sure that we have that. But yeah, here's the Q&As. I do want to answer any questions that you guys might have for the last 15 minutes. I want to know what your biggest marketing challenge is right now. Where are you currently getting most customers, or what marketing efforts feel frustrating to you? So if you can drop some in the chat or you can come off mute, we can have a conversation about that. And I'm going to leave up this last slide. If you guys are interested in learning more about the CRM tool that I have, you can schedule a free session with me, or I'm going to drop my website in the chat again so you guys can schedule a coaching call with me. Any
Yeah, I see a
questions?
question out there about a copy of this video. Yes, I will be posting it to our YouTube page, the Urban League YouTube page. So you can go out there and see it. And you can actually see not only the ones we're having today, but some of the past ones. So if you just go to YouTube and look up the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, and look at our videos, you will be able to see the recording.
Absolutely. Any other
So I'd like to hear
questions?
too. Yeah, Christian, you were asking them. I'd like people to respond to the question that you just asked. Like, what was that you just asked? What are they doing currently, or what struggles
Yeah,
are they?
let's go back. So I asked, what's your biggest marketing challenge, and
Yeah,
what are you feeling frustrated about with marketing? Because I think that's an important.
I'd like some people to respond to that question. That's the only way we can really help you. We need to know what some of your issues are. So, You all have the ability. I see a hand is raised now. Monet?
Hi, thank you for allowing me in here. This is a great deal of information. Um, yeah, even though I am building my digital platform business, uh, I'm not used to. I'm used to being invisible and not social. And
We got we're gonna stop. We gotta change that right now. All right.
no,
John talked
I
about
know I got to come out
okay,
of
all right.
behind into the light. And
Okay.
yeah, I just this is a great deal of information. I'm being realistic because I'm normally uh ignored and trying to reverse that. What would you recommend will be uh, a great process for me to start with?
I'm going to say it
Two.
first is to click on Christian's link and set up a coaching session with her so she can help you overcome some of these obstacles. Uh,
Okay.
but go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, I think sometimes what most people miss is, again, we think that we need to be influencers, right? There's a lot of stuff out there and content on social media that people use, and it feels like we got to step into this influencer mode, but we really just got to stay in our lane. We're selling a service and we're selling a product, right? So I would focus on making sure that you stay in a business lane and you focus on places where you feel comfortable, right? You might not feel comfortable on platforms like Instagram or Facebook, but you might feel more comfortable on LinkedIn, where there are more like-minded people like you that love to stay in the shadows, but they want to communicate. And people go to LinkedIn to do that, right? So that might be where your clientele is, and you can start there. Or you can start by making small videos, educational videos, right? Most of us are very passionate about the work that we do, and our passion can come off in the way that we speak if we're laser focused on that, right? So I would start off with making small videos to talk about the service, to educate about what you're doing, and maybe posting those on platforms like LinkedIn and maybe YouTube, where there's not a lot of interaction that feels overwhelming. It's more intentional, right? But we definitely can do a one-on-one, like what Mark said, because I need to know what the business is in order to give you some proper feedback.
I would definitely do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're
You
right
got
here.
who else had a question? Is it Mary? Mary, you had a question?
Yes, I have a
No, we
question.
have on here.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I have a question. How often will you have these meetings again?
These are every week. Mark is doing this with a different
Yeah,
subject matter expert. Yeah.
Okay,
every
so this is really good. It motivates me. It helps me to be a better business owner. Again, problem that I'm having is with people really wanting to pay to come on the show, and I don't really charge that much, but I'll have to be a stickler to charging, and again, having enough confidence to not be shy with celebrities because this year 2026 my celebrities are my business owners, but now I'm going to actually bring in celebrities to introduce them to the business owners and somehow come up with an idea for all of us to reduce crime by having showcasing the business owners. I also market in St. Louis, so I'm taking this strategy to Atlanta now, and I'm marketing in Atlanta and in St. Louis.
Nice. I would love to hear more about that, Mira. Did you schedule a
yes,
call?
Yes,
so
yes,
would
I
I.
I I I did it. I did a snapshot of this meeting, but I'll also mention it to my mentor that I spoke with you, so somehow we can connect as well.
Okay.
And he's through the mentor is through. He's very good. He's through Urbanly. He's through you.
Oh, good. Good.
Good deal. Ms. Lanier.
And, uh, Good good morning. Hi, my name is Viola. I have a bookstore and a wellness studio located in Marietta. I wanted I want to get your opinion about print marketing and its usefulness
Mm,
in this day and age, and what type of print marketing materials or resources you think, or maybe one,
yeah.
that you think we should most focus on.
Yeah, I don't think flyers are dead. I think they're still an amazing, great use of marketing materials. I think pamphlets are really great, and it depends on the partnerships that you have, right? And where you're dropping this material off at. If you're having an event, if you're going to vending opportunities, I would still do those. But we also should be a little bit more modern, right? QR codes are there for a reason. So having access to QR codes are going to be important. So having those stanchions, not stanchions, what is it called? I just put all my marketing material up, but those little stands where you can put a 8x10 flyer that has a QR code with your information so that people can scan, because people just don't want paper all the time, right? But that and pop-up banners are going to be really important to have as well. That's a printed material that you can have. But I don't think flyers and business cards are dead. I still like business cards. And I have a stack of them right here that I'm to go through
Right.
right now. So I think we should continue to kind of have that mixed marketing material available. And for your storefront, I would have some too. Business cards and small flyers, especially other business partners that you have. They can you can put those inside of the bags when somebody makes a purchase. So I think that's still a great way to do marketing.
Thank you. That helps. And just one last part of that. What do you think about as far as advertising in like local magazines or like local publications that are still
Oh,
printing?
I don't know about printing. I will say that like Atlanta Parent Magazine, like the online Atlanta Parent Magazine is really great. I think you should stick to things like the neighborhood apps. Oh my gosh, what is the neighborhood app that everybody uses? Uh
next door. Oh, next door.
Next,
Okay.
Next door.
yes. Sticks to stuff
Okay.
like Nextdoor. I think Ring has communications where you can put your business there. I think we gotta kind of have mix it up just a little bit. But Atlanta Parent Magazine is where I'm gonna focus for you, to be honest.
Thank you. That
You're
helps.
welcome.
Thank you.
In the AJC, my bad. The AJC.
Martha.
Mark, yes.
Martha
Yes,
Jackson.
it's very timely because I do have a Google page, and when I opened up my page last night, it said suspended, but you could appeal it.
Well, schedule a call with me so that we can do that, because it's really important about how you appeal those,
Uh-huh.
because you might not get it back. So don't submit anything without talking to me first.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, the reason why pages get suspended are there are three things that can happen. Number one, they find out that you are not a legit business. That means that you have pictures on your Google My Business page that are not of the services and stuff that you provide, right?
Okay.
The second reason what could be that you did some Google advertising and your account, you didn't pay for the ads, right? Or you're not consistently paying for the ads and you have a balance there. They can suspend your account for that. If you had bad advertising policies, if you did anything that is restricted on that end, like you were advertising financial services, telling people that you can get them rich fast. Like maybe
Yeah.
there are some
Mhm.
language that you put out there that you weren't supposed to do. So those are two ways. The other one is that somebody reported you. So hopefully it's not the latter, and we can figure those out. But those are three big reasons why people get their pages suspended.
They mentioned that I needed to have some videos and advertisement on my site. Is what they said.
Okay, yeah, we'll just look. We'll look at it. If you
Okay,
schedule, go ahead and schedule a call with me. We'll look at it.
thank you.
You're welcome. We got
Ms.
about
Uh,
Lanier,
5 minutes. Yes, money.
you stated that you placed your contact information in the chat, but I never seen it.
No, I don't
I
see
did.
it
I put
either.
my website link in here. Oh, you know what? That is
Well,
to the host.
you also put your scheduling link in there. I'm
That
not
was to the
sure.
host. That's my fault, y'all. I didn't send it to
Okay.
the full chat. But
Okay.
here, I just put it in there. Y'all should probably see it now. That's my phone number.
What's 70?
Now, is that your Sally cell or is that your business number? Which number
That's my
is it?
business number.
All
That's my business
right.
number. But it's a phone. I got this phone, so it's not gonna go to my chat to my team. So that goes directly to me. Any other questions from you guys? We got about 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes left. Christian, I want to thank you. It was a
Yes.
great session. I always like it when I learn stuff too.
Ah,
Yes.
You know,
good.
and,
Yes.
yeah, it was a great session. Like I said, it will be on um, YouTube. Just give me some time to download it and get it put up there. Um, I do want to go over, let me bring up my other screen here. We do
There's some
have,
people with hands up.
oh, they
Mark.
are?
Yeah, Yaharia. Am I saying that right?
Hi, good morning, Jahira.
Oh, there we go, Jahara.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank
okay.
you. I just have a question. My struggle is selling. So what I sell is hair oil, body butters, soaps, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And a door just opened to me to go to Crunch Fitness.
Mm-hmm.
They have a small businesses, Saturday small businesses. So I just wanted I don't know. I just don't know how to approach to people because there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my struggle.
Well, I mean, when you're there, hands-on experience is going to be really important for you because you sell a product,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know. So having a product, people need to touch and feel those. So
Mm-hmm.
I would make sure that you have little tiny sample bottles of your product. But in order for somebody to get a sample product, they need to scan your QR code and give their email address.
That's
Okay.
correct.
We're not just giving it out for free.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can
you gotta
yeah, you can
give.
have this. Give me the email address, and then you can get the
Right.
sample bottle.
Okay. That's a good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. Zoom user, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure who the Zoom user is, but
I
you can
I
talk.
think this is me, Mark. This is
It
Beverly
is.
from Lush Pops. Yeah, I'm on my
It is.
telephone. Good morning, everyone. Mark, how you doing?
All right. Doing good.
Good. So, Kristen, this has been some really good information, and I'm glad you mentioned about revisiting people because we've done that before. You reach out to somebody 3 or 4 times and then they don't respond, and it's kind of like, okay, move on. But I guess we need to remember we want to give them something. We need them. So I will definitely revisit that. The other thing is I do want to circle back and maybe schedule something with you. We've been in business for about 6 years and we've tried various marketing things, and I think there are different types of marketing for businesses, maybe that have been in business a long time. And so we just kind of want to maybe schedule a call with you and pick your brain on things that we're
Mm-hmm.
doing and what should we continue to do and what should we discontinue. So again, this is Beverly with Lush Pops, and I will definitely be reaching out to you.
Thank you, Beverly. And I think you mentioned something really important. This is what I'll close the call out with it on my end, and then Mark can go into what he needs to say. Um, if you feel like your marketing efforts have been a dead end, right? Um, it might have. We are living in a time that is hard for people. I think a lot of times we haven't considered what's happening around us, right? And
Right,
we have to be considerate about that. Now, we still got to make a sale. We still got to run our businesses. I'm not telling you not to
right,
have a business, but I think we have to have consideration. And in that marketing, people need to feel that consideration because sometimes
right,
people reach out to you and they're like, hey, I ain't heard from you in a minute. What you gonna do? Right? That's not consideration to me. I think sometimes
Right.
I'll start a message with like, hey, how you been doing? How have you been doing? How's your daughter? Uh, you know, from conversations that I've had, that's what that building relationships does, and that's how people get to come back to you, right? That community that feels like, oh man, I might not need her service right now, but I'm going to tell a friend that has the money to go over
right,
there because I feel confident that she's going to serve them. And that's the relationships that we're trying to build. So I would say focus on building relationships in community right now. And that's going to help to sell for you in the future.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I do. Oh, you had a question?
Andrea?
Yes, I have a quick question, and it's just using this because the last couple of times I've been on, I was able to see the participants, and I think the platform has changed a little bit. Is there a way that you can see the participants?
Yeah, not when we do the Zoom webinars. You can hear the participants, but you can't see them unless I
Okay.
make everybody a panelist.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
So that's one of the issues with doing the webinar. I may switch these to meetings. I'll see about that because I do like people to be able to see each other. So I'll look into that. I'll look into
Thank
that.
you.
I do want to add something about the CRM system, the customer relation management system. The powerful thing about like MailChimp, you can see your analytics. Just because they didn't buy doesn't mean they didn't open your message. And a lot of these tools are set up so you can see who opened your message, what activity did they take after they opened it, did they go to your website, did they click, what links did they click on? That's why you need the tools that Christian is talking about, and it makes you feel better about your campaign because, like I sent out something the other day, and 764 people opened it, so I know they liked my message. And I can tell how many people downloaded my podcast. I can tell how many people clicked through to my site. And those are people I can split out into different groups. Okay, they opened it. Let me send them another message because they didn't like my topic. Let's drill down a little deeper and see if I can get them to take a next step, click through to my website or click through to my podcast. So that's why these CRM tools that Christian is talking about are so important. It's the analytics. You can tell what they do the minute, you can tell what time they open it. It also helps you understand what's the best time of day you should be sending out to your constituents. You know, you can see when do most people open my message? What did they do after they opened it? But you cannot tell that if you're using Gmail and things like that to send out your email. So really take a look at, you know, we have a relationship with Intuit. We're kind of promoting MailChimp. But that's not the only one. Some of the other tools that Christian is talking about are very important, but you have to use the right tools, okay? And I think that's what's more important. So I want you to schedule some time one-on-one with Christian, and she can help you determine what's the best tool for you, okay? I'm going to share my screen real quick. If you happen to live in Cobb, we have a program that's starting up there Thursday. John's going to be it's a small business development program. We have a series of workshops that we're going to be doing. Some of them are virtual, some of them are going to be in person in Cobb. So I want you to click on this QR code so you can get on the list so you can get the updated schedule of where our activities are going to be going on in Cobb. And then next week, we will be talking about AI for small business marketing. Okay. AI can be used a lot of different ways now, but we want you to really focus on some of the ways that can help you, as Christian was talking about, using AI to help you do some of your marketing, maybe helping you create your subject lines or creating your invitations and messages. But there are ways to use AI now that you don't have to dig real deep on it. So, like I said, I will be posting this to the YouTube page of the Urban League of Greater Atlanta. And Christian put her email address and contact information in there. Please schedule some time with her and get over what it is. You can't be silent, but you got to be very purposeful in your marketing so people see value in the information that you're providing. I don't see any other questions out there.
Mark,
Yes.
someone asked if you could put the schedule back up again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I was about to take it, it was gone.
Putting the schedule back up. Like I said, next week we'll be talking about AI for small business. you know, we were talking about branding, you know, knowing your customer. Chrissy talked a little bit about that today. You got to really target down. That's why most of our workshops during this series, this first set of 12 workshops, I really focused on marketing because that's the biggest issue that a lot of people are having.
Yes.
You know, knowing how to market to people. And then when you market, how do you ask for the sale? Marketing and sales are two different things. I really want you guys to understand what that means. And you know, marketing is getting people to come to your website. Selling is getting people to actually click on the link to buy from you or schedule whatever that topic is. I just want to schedule a meeting with you or whatever it is. But you got to understand these topics. That's why we spend so much time in this. And you notice on 415, we're talking about burnout. Okay. We know you're going to get tired, you're doing a lot of work, but you got to really understand how to live a well-balanced life. And then,
Hey,
so
Mark, I
that's,
just wanted to clarify, there is no workshop next week. The next is in 2 weeks on the 18th.
there's not, what's going on the 18th?
There's nothing.
Hold it. Oh, well, you know what? That's right. The schedule is wrong. The next workshop will be next week. Okay, I have the wrong date here. I moved this around a little bit. It will be on
Right.
AI.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. Yeah, it will be next week. I don't know how I skipped that on the calendar there, but it will be next Wednesday. We're gonna try to do this every Wednesday morning, give you guys on the way into work, give you some conversation and get your day started right. Hopefully, after you get through with this, all of you are gonna go to your Google My Business page. That was one of the greatest things that we learned today. Everybody needs to have a
Yes,
Google
I'm
My
going
Business
there.
page. Yeah. So go there with a quickness and get your Google My Business page. And once again, if you need help with that, Christian is always there. She's an expert on it. So just reach out to her. If you have any trouble reaching her, just email me and I can put you in contact with her. But I want to thank you guys for all joining today. It's 10 o'clock. So we will let you get back to your day. Like I said, you have my email address, you have Christian, you have John's. So any information that you need, just reach out to us and let us know how we can help. Because things are getting tight. So you got to really understand how to tighten up your game. Okay. So with that said, I'll let everybody get to their day. And I look forward to speaking with you next week. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great session.